Hi all, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I want to share two heartbreaking stories with you. Two family annihilations, each involving 3 children out of Ohio and Oklahoma. Police don't seem to have shared much about either case yet, but I'll share with you what I know. Police in Uniontown, Ohio say they received a call for a welfare check on August 24th of 2023 after a mother didn't show up for work and her children had missed 2 days of school. When police arrived at the home on Carnation Avenue just after 7:30 p.m., they say they found untouched mail in the mailbox and packages left on the porch. They said a neighbor helped them gain entry into the home after they knocked and received no response, and described what they found inside as a gruesome sight. 5 family members, including 3 children, were all found in their bedrooms, deceased from gunshot wounds. Police said the gun used in the murders was registered to 46-year-old Jason Dunham, who appeared to have passed from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. His 4 victims were his wife, Melissa Dunham, their 15-year-old daughter, Renee, their 12-year-old daughter, Amber, and their 9-year-old son, Evan.
The silence on this quiet street in Uniontown. Just a glimpse of what neighbors on Carnation Avenue are feeling today.
And we've been blessed to know the kids from the beginning and since they were babies till now. It's just heartbreaking.
They were very good in helping the community. And
Ed Gazdaco and his wife Denise are still in shock. Their neighbors of 17 years, Jason and Melissa Dunham, and their kids, 15-year-old Renee, 12-year-old Amber, and 9-year-old Evan, are gone.
They were a wonderful family. We felt like they were part of our family.
That's why it's hard to believe what happened. Uniontown police say they received a well-being call Thursday evening after Melissa failed to show up for work and the kids missed 2 days of school. When officers arrived,
noticed some packages were on the front porch, noticed some things were just not quite right.
All 5 family members were found in their bedrooms. According to the Stark County Coroner's Office, they died from gunshot wounds, including Jason Dunham, whose wound appeared to be self-inflicted. Today, first responders are struggling.
I've been out here 23 years, and it's the worst scene that I've ever been a part of.
And at Lake Local Schools, grief counselors are helping a community in mourning.
We have a very tight-knit, faith-based community. We're going to lean on that and lean on our folks to love on one another and take care of each other.
Meanwhile, the Gazdacos are hanging on to memories they say they'll cherish forever.
Amber became a great gardener. They have a garden behind the shed. So proud of all the different vegetables, and she would bring them over to us and let us enjoy.
Police believe the tragedy was a domestic dispute taken too far, but they're still in the early stages of their investigation. Here's a clip of a recording Melissa made, talking about her involvement with her girls and Girl Scouts, and how much she enjoyed the community they lived in.
It's a wonderful community to raise our children. I have ties to the community with the organizations that I work with. I love being a part of community support services and the Girl Scouts of Northeast Ohio. And the school districts are amazing. They challenge my children, and it's a great place to live, thrive, and there's many opportunities in this small community. Some of the ways I give back to the community are through working with community support services and Girl Scouts. My daughters are learning to be risk takers and leaders throughout the organization, and I really enjoy working with young women and little girls to be the best that they can be. We love going camping, so we do go down to different areas such as Mohican. We are frequently at Camp Ledgewood in Peninsula, and we love going to the museums and the Children's Museum that was down by Lock 3. Something that people may not know about me is I am certified to teach archery.
Such an incredible tragedy. Such young lives lost. And this nightmare occurred just roughly 1 week after a father murdered his family in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Just before midnight on August 16th of 2023, police said they received a frantic 911 call about a family that had been murdered. When they arrived on scene, they found 3 victims deceased from multiple gunshot wounds and 2 shot, but still alive. Police believed 28-year-old Ruben Armendariz, who was suffering from a self-inflicted gunshot wound but still breathing, to be the shooter, and he was rushed to the hospital along with his 2-year-old son, who also suffered gunshot wounds and was clinging onto life. His 3 victims pronounced deceased in the home were his wife, 29-year-old Cassandra Flores, their 9-year-old daughter Hillary, and their 5-year-old daughter Damaris. Police said they were alerted to the murders by Cassandra's father, who received a call from Ruben telling him that he had murdered his family. He told police he raced to the home and found everyone dead. He also told them that Cassandra was separated from Ruben at the time of the murders. Little 2-year-old Matthias did not survive his injuries. Neither did Ruben. Both passed away shortly after arriving at the hospital.
Investigate it and try to figure out, what happened and what led to this tragic event.
Developing at 5 o'clock, police investigating a murder-suicide in Oklahoma City. A woman and 3 children found dead late last night. The suspect in all of this found as well after shooting and taking his own life. Neighbors in the surrounding community in mourning this afternoon.
KOCO's Andy Weber is joining us live right now from this gut-wrenching scene. Andy, this is near Rockwell and Melrose Lane.
Yeah, we're here on Northwest 5th Terrace. Police have left the scene a long time ago, but cleaning crews remain on scene going in and out of this home where police say a murder-suicide took place. A 28-year-old father shooting and killing his 3 kids as well as his wife.
When they arrived, they came across a family member that lives at the address. That family member reported that when he arrived, he did locate several of his family members deceased at the home.
Police confirming relatives were the first to discover the gruesome scene late Wednesday night. These are the victims, 29-year-old Cassandra Flores, as well as 9-year-old Hillary Armendariz and her siblings, 5-year-old Damaris and 2-year-old Matias. Flores' family providing KOCO with these images. Cassandra and 2 of the children were pronounced dead at the scene. The 3rd died at the hospital. The shooter, Ruben Armendariz, was found in the home with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Police believe he shot the 4 victims before turning the gun on himself. He too died at the hospital. Police say Cassandra and Ruben were married but separated. Ruben was the father of the 3 young children. And coming up at 6, we'll have more on the victims, especially Cassandra Flores, who folks say they spent a long time with her. They said her main priority in her life was her children, those 3 kids that were killed in this murder-suicide late last night. Reporting live in Oklahoma City, I'm Andy Weber, KOCO 5 News.
Side in Oklahoma City could point to a concerning underlying issue in the Sooner State. Fox 25's Grant Palmer spoke with an officer from the Young Women's Christian Association about what that problem is. Grant, what'd you learn?
Adam, Angela Beatty with YWCA says intimate partner violence is a major public health problem in Oklahoma, brought on by a lack of available resources and conversations about what healthy relationships should look like.
Domestic violence is a huge problem in Oklahoma. We rank first in the nation for lifetime prevalence of violence against women. So if you add up domestic violence, sexual assault, and stalking, we're actually first in the nation for that. We also rank second in the nation for women killed by men in single victim, single offender homicides.
As Wednesday night's quadruple homicide in Oklahoma City draws attention from around the nation, it also underscores a major problem in the Sooner State: violence against women. Beatty believes one big reason Oklahoma leads in this category has to do with resources being available.
I think these issues are so pervasive in our community due to lack of available services and resources for families. I think there's a real lack of mental health services, a lack of advocacy services in our community.
According to the Oklahoma Attorney General's office, 40% of women and 38% of men experience intimate partner physical violence, rape, and/or stalking in their lifetimes. A close friend of the mother who was killed Wednesday, Jennifer Johnson, said the killer, Ruben Armendariz, was always quiet and never showed any alarming warning signs. But Beatty says anger isn't always a tell-all red flag.
Some abusers are what we would call cool, calm, and collected. And so it's not about actual anger. It's about control and using whatever tactic necessary to control their victim. And so if we're just looking for anger, we may be missing out on some of those other perpetrators.
Beatty says this is the first time Oklahoma has ever been ranked second in the nation for women killed by men in single victim, single offender homicides. She says if you're unsure of the resources or support available, call the YWCA hotline at 405-917-9922. Reporting in studio, Grant Palmer, Fox 25 News.
2 entire families gone, and their loved ones may never get any answers as to why. But I can't imagine there are any answers that police could find or give them that would make any of this make sense. So people are left shocked and stunned and shaken, and families are left broken. I'm praying for their loved ones to find the strength to somehow get through what they've just experienced, and I hope they find the help and support they need to get through each day, each hour, and each minute. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you on my next video.